Hello, day traders. According to the results of the last week, both the dollar index and the US stock indices rose. On Monday, no significant economic data came out in the US. Stock prices remained almost unchanged. The US dollar strengthened on the background of increased political risks in Europe. The 2017 French presidential elections will take place on April 23 and May 7. The ruling Socialist Party has put forward its candidate Benoît Hamon. According to the polls, he may now count only on the fourth place in the first round, whereas the chances of the victory of Marine Le Pen, the leader of the National Front Party, are estimated at 25%. Meanwhile, she favors holding a referendum on France's exit from the European Union, which increases the risk of euro and strengthens the dollar. On Tuesday, the U.S. trade deficit for December declined more than expected. This supported the strengthening of the dollar. The U.S. stock indices continued rising as the forecast of the total earnings of the S&P 500 companies in the fourth quarter of 2016 was revised up to 8.2%. This is the maximum growth since the third quarter of 2014. Note that after this, the stock prices were continuously advancing till the end of the week. On Wednesday, no significant economic data were released in the U.S. and the dollar index corrected down. On Thursday, its growth resumed due to the investors' optimism after the announcement of the U.S. President Donald Trump. He reported that he would introduce his economic program in upcoming weeks. No significant economic data came out. Almost 70% of the companies from the S&P 500 list published their quarterly data. The forecast of the total growth of their earnings increased up to 8.5%. On Friday, the fall of the Michigan University Consumer Confidence Index for February exceeded the forecast. However, investors ignored this negative. Currency and stock markets continued rising. Investors reacted optimistically to the information about Donald Trump's meeting with Shinzo Abe, the Prime Minister of Japan. This week, the most important economic data will come out on Wednesday in the U.S. These will be the inflation, retail sales, and industrial production. Besides, on Wednesday, Janet Yellen, the head of the Fed, and other Fed representatives will speak. On Thursday, the U.S. real estate market data, and on Friday, the leading economic indicator for January will be released. Happy trading and see you next week.